In Hurricane, what was that like?
It was a nightmare. It was a goddamn nightmare. No, it was actually really,
You can be honest.
what was
family here?
It was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah?
No, actually it was really an exciting time to be working with Jared. I mean, the energy was amazing, just to be shooting in New York City, and the backdrop was just unbelievable to be shooting in. And
I think we've all had a great...
He's a fine director and a fine
thank you very much.
musician.
Thank you.
Fine looking guys!
So it was great.
I think we all have a love of New York City as well, and for us it's not just so much about New York, but it's about a city that represents the ability to live your fucking dreams no matter what, you know? And that's been an important thing for us, and New York has always represented the ability to do that.
Well said.
What about motorcycles, Shannon? Do you ride one? Do you have a license? What's your history? Are you good? Who was the stunt guy falling? Give us some of that.
Oh, Shannon, by
It's
the way.
all me. It's all me. Do you believe me? Yeah, it was actually all me.
Watch out, Harrison Ford.
All right, what about the questions in the audience? Does anyone have anything good? Is the microphone out there? Where? Oh, okay, go ahead with the microphone to the...
Yeah, does anybody have anything directed to Shannon or Tomo before they, you know, Vamos?
He didn't want
We can't see out there, so
I
if
see
you do...
hands over there. There's a lovely lady in white with blonde hair raising her hand over there. Be like Donnie, you gotta sprint over there. Run, woman, run.
Somebody get that girl a Red Bull. Toma?
It was Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand.
Good one.
You know what, while you guys are here, I'm gonna cover this side with the mic because it's hard for that lady to run back and forth. And I went to a gym recently so I can go fast. All right, hi, go ahead.
Hi, I have a question. What was the biggest challenge in the movie? Like the biggest challenge of a scene to do in the movie?
I mean, for us, like for me and Shannon, I don't know that it was all that challenging. Really, Jared's the one that had the challenges to deal with the editing and, you know, trying to get things done in some kind of a orderly fashion.
It was actually me in the beginning of the movie with the abs. Replicate that.
I didn't have time to hit the gym, so I put my head on his body. There was a time, though, one of the locations we shot was actually a government building downtown, and Shannon walked in, and it was the morning, and he got into kind of a confrontation with a security guard that escalated very quickly into the entire shoot being shut down, and us being told we're basically losing the right to shoot there. But fortunately, Shannon managed to appease the people, the powers that be, and we left. But you know, I think the hard thing for us was really just getting it done. You know, when you do something that's the time, and but I've been working with these guys for quite some time, and it's nice that their acting careers are thriving and mine's in the fucking gutter. You know, the choices we make. I mean, Tomo's gonna be on what's that show you're gonna be on?
Gossip Girl.
He's actually going to make, he's got like a 5-episode arc where he plays like a perverted neighbor. And he's going to model it after that guy Larry from Three's Company. You know, for the older people here that just laughed, yes, you're old. Anyway. Anything else?
Yes, we have somebody right here, and then we'll go to you, and then I think maybe the two guys want to go, right? So here, this is Luke from England.
Wow.
What inspired you guys to do the whole bondage, BDSM, music video type thing?
Luke from England, with a very American accent. He's like, that's England to Ohio, my friend. He's He's like, well, fuck, the bitches love it, bro. Excuse my B word. What inspired? You know, I mean, that's something we'll get into in a second, I think, overall. But basically, Tomo and Shannon are just really horny. No, you know, sex is obviously a part of all of our lives, even the people that love to pretend that it isn't. You know, they magically have 14 children you know, on Saturdays, because of course they don't do that on Sunday, they go to church. But, you know, for us, we've explored sex, shh, don't tell anybody, in our lives, but we hadn't done it so much creatively, so it was important to address that as artists. You know, you can't hit the same note all the time. It's quite boring, and I think to further yourself as a creative person, you need to explore new avenues, and this was it. So, yeah. Thank you.
All right, now we have an
English
audience
friend.
member over there, right over to our left. Go ahead.
Actually, my daughter turned me on to you guys about a year ago. She's 16, and I didn't bring her, of course, but she...
Strange choice of words, I must say.
Sorry. But anyway, so I pictured a love story, a crash, a hurricane, and then you guys came out with this video, and I'm like, sorry, honey, you can't watch it. So, you know, I'm like, I don't know what to tell her about that. This was, woo!
There's no question at the end of that.
You guys are amazing, and you're rated for me, so that's all that matters.
Okay, I'm very excited too. I didn't hear what you said, but it sounded very fun.
We have a question up here.
Yes, one more.
Over here.
Yes.
Balcony. Balcony.
Oh,
Over
balcony.
here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the freaks on the balcony, yes.
Hi
Go ahead, spit it out.
guys. First, I'd like to say thanks for the music. It's inspiring and motivating. In the
Thank
video, you guys are in fight scenes. I'm wondering if you had any formal training.
Just in prison. Yeah, I mean, you know, what's interesting is I was going to show here tonight, but we didn't want to bore you guys, is I did a series of tests before I shot this, and the thing about working with Bartholomew Cubbins is a major pain in the ass, and he does a lot of preparation, a lot of obsessing, a lot of second guessing, but, you know, we just can't get rid of that son of a bitch. But I did shoot a test with these guys because one of the first things I thought was, you know, I'm a big believer in both of them. They're both very talented and interesting human beings. And I knew they can do pretty much anything if they set their mind to it. But there's a couple of things they can't do. Number one, Tomo cannot act. He knows it. We laughed about it, it's okay. But he's a great cook. You know, I can't cook to save my life, and I can't act either, but I seem to skirt by. No, but these guys, what I did was a series of tests, and I actually set them up backstage, much like a theater here. And where was it? Myrtle Beach. He remembers everything, every place we've ever been. Myrtle Beach. So I set them up in a fight scene, and they had a great time kicking each other's ass. So we did a little research at first. And that was, I think, really helpful for all of us. And as you can see, Tomo actually is blossoming as an actor. I just don't want him to get too cocky. All right, so let's say goodbye to Shannon and Tomo.
Don't go.
So you might want to hang.
Bye, Tomo.
Oh, hey.
Bye.
Hi.
Bye, Tomo!
Somebody spilled their coffee.
All right, now we're gonna go one-on-one a little bit here. I gotta talk to you about the sex
Mono
stuff.
e mono.
Yeah.
Friends.
What's your favorite curse word, Jared?
Fuck you.
It's not the first time you've said that to me. All right, so we're right here in the middle of Hollywood. It's your hometown. I'm sure it's exciting to do this, but why? You know, what's the goal of this?
Good question. There are a few different things that we wanted to accomplish. Number one, this is a chance to show Hurricane in its entirety, unfiltered, uncensored, completely unclosed. And that was really important to me and Shannon and Tomo to show this thing because it was really difficult to get it broadcast. It was banned, as you know, we've talked about, and a lot of you know out there. It was banned on quite a few networks around the world.
All of them?
And this was a chance to show it in its purest form. It's even difficult to show on the internet. I mean, you think that you could just put anything anywhere, but the uncensored version can't even be shown on YouTube, which is very bizarre when you think of some of the strange things on YouTube. You know, someone sees a nipple or something, it's like the end of the world.
But you had to think, making the video, all right, the goal is to show this to as many people as possible, get it on TV, get it on the internet everywhere around the world. I mean, you had to think a little bit, or maybe you didn't, that some people are going to be, some networks would say, nah, not really, we need to edit this thing down.
I did think that it was going to have a hard time being broadcast. That's why I actually made an edited version. But that edited version is the one that actually had the hard time getting on. And it's funny, I'll read you. I know it is a little bit of a pain in the ass, but I think it's a healthy debate, the need that some people feel to censor or to protect all of you people out there from certain images that they deem harmful, versus the right and the need for artists to share their art with, you know, the world. And I mean, it's a healthy debate where that fine line is. Obviously, I knew that some of what was in here, sex, nipples being pierced, some of that stuff would never make it on broadcast.
What about that one scene where the girl is bent over and the other girl's finger was like running?
Oh, you're filthy. Wash your mouth out with soap, young boy.
I saw it. I was sitting in the third row down there, and I saw, but I've seen it before. But so
yeah, well, I'm going to show you.
You got a list? You have a list?
Hold on. Did somebody, Robbie? Did you just re-email me that thing or not? But it's interesting because I have here the list that was sent back to me from the network. At least I thought I had. Somebody promised they would email it to me. Let me see. And it was crazy. There was a list of, you know, edit points that they wanted removed from the film. And what fascinated me is it wasn't really, there's quite a bit of violence in it, there's some other imagery as well, but they had the most problem with the sexuality of it, and it seemed to not really matter how much I cut. They were really intent on not showing it, and we were pretty much banished to the graveyard shift on everything from, you know, the BBC to other networks, which we won't name right now for fear of certain banishment. But there's this, you have a copy? Hey Robbie, can you bring it to me right now?
So this is a list, so you sent out the video and you got a list back of everything that had to go.
Yeah, and it's pretty amazing to kind of look at it, because, hold on. Do you have it? She's out smoking a cigarette.
Well, I have another question for you.
Robbie, yeah, ask me another, we'll come back to it.
So have you...
Oh, hold on, it's right here.
You would have worn such a huge jacket with so many pockets, you would have...
Yeah, but I'm still going to hang Robbie by her eyelids because she's not in here right now. You hear? Hey, I run a tight ship, motherfuckers, you better watch out. You think this shit comes easy? You see what I do for you people? Anyway, okay, enough of that. I love you too. Okay, my favorite was at 9 minutes and 17 seconds. Woman runs finger over other woman's G-string clad bottom and touches her anus. And it says, this shot makes the video completely 1000% restricted from any broadcast possible. But it's interesting, they say down here, you know, there's a list right here, I don't know if you can see this, but these are all edit points on that entire page. And, you know, it's everything between fight between gimp, man, and bystander, kick to leg, too graphic, close to 7 p.m. Girl in leather bunny outfit on knees, briefly kisses a man with long stringy hair. I made that last part. Check this out. At 4 minutes 35 seconds, man pulls a key on ribbon chain from his mouth. Explicit.
What?
Sure.